Change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will.
Wow, wow, wow. Give her another hand. All right. I want to introduce our, you've already met her, but for those of you who don't know, Aya Fabura Inelli is a distinguished leader, a dynamic speaker whose expertise spans law, academia, diversity training, nonprofit leadership, and life coaching. Aya's career is a reflection of her deep commitment to empowerment, inclusivity, and social justice. Aya holds an impressive academic record, having earned a Juris Doctorate and a Master's of Arts in Black Studies, along with a Bachelor's of Arts degree in Political Science and English from The Ohio State University in the span of 7 years. Her legal career has focused on critical areas such as domestic violence, estate planning, and law education, showcasing her dedication to societal well-being. In academia, that's Jordan, but this is I. In academia, I have served as a university administrator championing the recruitment and retention of underrepresented populations, fostering inclusiveness in education. Her influence extends into the corporate world where she provides diversity training to businesses, government entities, and law enforcement agencies. As a CEO of INL International, she has inspired individuals and professionals across 44 states and 13 countries with her leadership and success strategies. Aya is a prolific author, having written 4 books, including her latest, the Amazon bestseller, Your Self-Love Revolution, which will be available to purchase after this event. Her writing offers profound insights into self-empowerment and personal growth. Aya is also the founder of Intelligent and Talented Girls, the IT Girls, a mentoring program that has served over 350 girls in Central Texas, empowering the next generation of leaders. Her compassion for community service is further evident in her efforts to establish the first public library in Opobo, Nigeria. Her work with school providing quality education to nearly 200 children. An avid gardener, Aya finds joy in growing food for her family and community, embodying a life of balance and sustainability. Her inspirational newspaper column, Live Your Abundant Life, has provided guidance to readers for over 15 years. Additionally, she hosts the thought-provoking radio show, Rethinking Freedom, available on YouTube and podcast platforms. Aya's work has been featured in major media outlets such as MSNBC, ABC, Entrepreneur Magazine, and Black Enterprise, solidifying her as a leading voice in the personal development and empowerment. Aya has been married to Dr. Dr. Ken, I apologize, Dr. Ken Anelli, I didn't practice the name, since 1997, and they are parents to 5 amazing adults. Ladies and gentlemen, I gave you Aya Anelli as she introduces to you a film for review.
All right.
I really was not expecting all of that. I had to read it. You know, she is wonderful. We had to hear her whole life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, please.
Yeah.
Stand to your feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stand to your feet. And let us honor this wonderful human being that has provided this platform for us. We honor Aya. You are a jewel to our community. You, my dear, deserve your flowers while you yet live.
Yeah.
You do a lot for the community. You speak a lot into the community, and you ask nothing in return, and oftentimes you are overlooked. So we refuse to overlook you today. Today we honor you.
Beautiful.
We appreciate you.
Beautiful.
I totally wasn't expecting that, and actually this next movie, this documentary we're about to watch, we're really excited to share this with our community. I want to acknowledge, and we're going to acknowledge more and more people as we go throughout the day. Nothing happens with just one person. The civil rights movement was not just Martin Luther King. There's so many unsung heroes. And as a board member of Intelligent and Talented Girls, we would definitely be remiss if we don't highlight the women who are often behind the scenes doing the work. Some of you know people like Rosa Parks. Some of you may know Fannie Lou Hamer. Some of you may have never heard of Septima Clark. And there's so many more of them. Some of them are your grandmothers. If you go and have conversations with them, they will tell you about the roles that they played to get us to where we are today. And I definitely want to highlight the Intelligent and Talented Girls. If you are a board member here, could you please stand really quickly? Some of them are in the back, some of them are working. These are women who are just simply spending their time, their money, their resources, whatever they have, to pour into our young people, and we need more and more mentors for our young men and for our young women as well. And let me tell you, when you work with young people, it also makes you a better person. It makes you younger. It makes you, your ability to stay up close with what's going on is important. As you're going to see in the documentary that we're about to watch, the events that are featured in this documentary happened May 2nd and May 3rd in 1963. And what I really want us to get from this, there's a lot, but to understand the importance of community coming together. And that's why today we didn't want to just, the marches have their place, right? You guys understand that. But we also understand that before every march that we saw, there were organizations that came together. And those organizations came together to talk about real issues. And the march were a means to an end, right? It was to put pressure to bring about a particular result. So before they even marched, they knew what it is that they were trying to go for. And I want you all to really tune in and pay attention to this documentary. It's one that is free on YouTube. And so after you watch it today and you're inspired, you can go share it with other people, because it is time for our community to rise up and do what we need to do. So without further ado, the Children's March.
Birmingham, Alabama, 1963. It was the most racist, most segregated city in the South. On April 12th, 1963, Martin Luther King left his room at the Gaston Motel and walked 2 blocks to the 16th Street Baptist Church, where a gathering of protesters joined him for a march on the City Hall. He had targeted Birmingham as the site of mass demonstrations against segregation, but the masses had failed to materialize, and King decided to go to jail himself. The nation watched quietly as King was placed in solitary confinement. 1963 would mark Dr. King's lowest point as a leader of the civil rights movement. It had been 8 long years since his own major victory with Rosa Parks and the Montgomery bus boycott. When I first met Dr. King, the mission he was embarking on was completely unknown. In August 19, Great Routine, and so going to Birmingham was a choice of enormous consequence. It was a battlefield where the movement was single strength.
Birmingham, to be perfectly honest, was a grim place through the eyes of African Americans. It was the most rigid, the most violent, the most vicious.
It was the biggest and baddest city in the South. We nicknamed it Birmingham.
Frankly, compared to other places
been 60 unsolved bombings in Birmingham, and the local police had never arrested a soul.
The Ku Klux Klan was big in Birmingham, all through the police department and up into City Hall.
Life in Birmingham, as far as I'm concerned, is hell. I don't believe that the mixing of the races, and I don't care what anybody says. I might be prejudiced. I don't know. I probably am.
As a kid, I always wanted to eat at Newberry's downtown, and I always wanted to be hamburger plate. Always. We couldn't have that.
I went downtown to the Newberries, and I was so happy because I could sit on the little black stools that twirled and order me a hot dog and everything on it.
I'm not gonna have break.
Instead of serving me, they called me the police.
You've got to keep the white and the black separate. I never could understand why white people hated us. As a kid, I just felt like they thought some of the black would rub off on them, you know.
That's a Bull Connor with the monster. His title was Commissioner of Public Safety, and his mission was to keep the streets safe for white people.
You got a tape. Army tape? White.
Under Bull Connor, Birmingham was the closest thing in America to a police state.
So the theory was, we need to bring all this out in the open. And if they're going to kill us, let them kill us in the middle of the day, not at night one at a time.
Most black people were afraid of the movement. My mom was scared. She would always say, don't make any waves. See, our parents, they couldn't go because they was working for the whites.
If they were seen on piggyback, then they ended up losing their job, having their house foreclosed on, having their car repossessed. So the parents couldn't do it.
As a kid, we always wanted to think that these things would stop soon. And that mom and dad, since they fixed everything else, that they would fix it.
We thought that you could shame the white man to look how bad you treating the Negro, you know. But I found out that they were determined not to give one of these.
Dr. King had gone to jail in hopes that thousands of protesters would follow his example and overwhelm the system. But it didn't work out that way. The blacks of Birmingham stayed home, and the press group had lost interest. One of the last things King did before going to jail was to play a preacher in Mississippi by the name of James Bevel.
Bevel was a secret weapon. He was the brain of the bunch.
He was obnoxious as the devil, but that was his role.
Well, I knew that the Birmingham project was going very slow because they couldn't get many people to go to jail. So what we had to do is go out and organize young people. The first thing I said, well, who did this guy? They told me Tall Paul was there,
Tell them to play the word, and they agreed with nonviolence.
I was somewhat of a
And then Senator Claiborne removed.
that musical today. But each time you have an opportunity, you talk about freedom, you talk about the rights. Didn't take very much to get education. Thank you.
We started with the football players and the cheerleaders and the beauty queens.
I was an 88-pound matriarch.
I got involved in movement because I was talking to a little pretty girl.
I can see myself wearing long skirts, donut socks.
We broke it down very simply. You can get hit by baseball bats playing baseball. But segregation destroys the inside of your mind and your soul, and it doesn't heal that easily.
I played football on the football team. I played defensive tackle.
And a devil asked, have you ever wondered why your helmets are always blue and white, but your school calls are green and gray? He said, you get the equipment that the white schools discard.
I'm glad I chose the movement and not athletics. Bevel would turn down the lights and show a movie from the city movement in Nashville.
I saw a bunch of colors sitting on the stools. They looked like they were trying to egg on a fight.
The stark reality of nonviolence being met with violence was shocking and scary, and it drew kids in by the hundreds.
Bevel would tell us, Ms. Cotton would tell us, if you cannot restrain from being violent, maybe the movement was not for you.
Well, that was a beautiful concept after you think about it later. But when you get your head knocked on, you really got to think real hard and twice. Because the fellas down on 15th Street, those fellas would fight back. They came to fight. But because of Dr. King and them girls, they would say, y'all come on, cooperate. We need a peaceful protest.
On Saturday, April 20th, Dr. King bonded out of jail. His release caused badly ripple.
We were defeated here, brother. They had beaten us down into the ground. Dr. King, in our strategy session, said that the only way to break Birmingham, we're going to have to fill the jail. So I said, I agree. I absolutely agree with you on that. Now, how I feel the jail is my business. I remember that night, Dr. King speaking, crying like mad to get somebody to jail, and they just didn't stand.
I remember King inviting any volunteers to go to jail the next day. And nobody stood up but us kids.
That was it. Nobody about to put those things.
Dr. King said, no.
D-Day was the day I tell you. This was the day where every student in Birmingham knew that it was going to happen. But you gotta remember that all of the planning was a secret.
Good. Go right on. Let Martin children.
The DJs were talking code and used songs from the hit parade as signals for action.
I remember that morning I woke up with my mind on freedom. Oh, I took special pain with putting a little starch in my mouth, got the toothbrush, got the toothpaste, the soap, because I had a feeling that I would be coming home.
Ring, ring, go. And this guy could push D-Day early in the morning, but they didn't use D-Day. They use all that jive talk. Don't forget, kids, there's going to be a party in the party. Don't forget your toothbrushes, the luncheon will be served. Now, everybody needs to know what the deal is.
D-Day was the day. My mother said, okay, Gwen, don't go. Hey, I mean, don't go. You go to school. I told my mother, I said, I hear you. We were raised not to lie. Some lies I wasn't going. I said, I hear you.
Your job is to turn this fire on, turn that fire on, get the football team, basketball team, get the cheerleader, get the band.
It was right at 11 o'clock when they arrived. They came up to the fence with a sign that just said, it's time. When we said, let's go for the window. And I told her, I said, come on, let's go. And I looked around and, I see my own family almost, I heard back up at those kids, but you said you were going to go. You promised. And that's when kids started coming. Come out the windows, come out the doors. It's so beautiful. You would believe. This is going to return her back as we got up.
And we took it from there.
I wanted to walk out with them, but it was like, wow.
There's nothing you can do once the students start moving. The principal, the teachers, and everybody step aside.
My boyfriend tried to stop me from going. And I walked around the building. I came right back at him when I did. We have two children left in the first place. Everybody's going. I'm sure that morning Bevel was nervous about who was going to show up.
At first there were a few, then there were hundreds, then there were thousands.
We heard that kids were coming in from all over the city. And when we heard that they were coming in from out of town, we got more excited.
I had a cool talk. They said, okay, we need you to go out to factory. There's some students outside the classroom that won't go back in. Lo and behold, when I got out the factory, the whole campus was outside of the building. They all said, you going to bed there? 20 kids climbed over the car and the 800 followed the
The more walls, the more we kept. And every once in a while, you look back and you saw was more kids coming from somewhere. From another direction, you said, where are those kids coming from? I've never seen that many people eat. You're right. It's like football game.
As far as 18 miles to get to Birmingham in order to be arrested. And the purpose was to go to jail.
The gathering place was 16th Street Baptist Church.
We poured into 16th Street like a waterfall.
They were coming all doors from all directions, from the basement, from the back.
It was just like one big death rally. Here's parked out in the house, the Western out in the house.
Park was the big green buffer between black Birmingham and the white downtown. 16th Street Baptist Church was on one corner, and by noon, Birmingham's finest were on the other. It was all laid out like a battlefield.
To think about it now, I get to see what could have happened.
Martin Luther King spent the day at his motel, wrestling with his conscience.
A lot of people thought the kids were going to get hurt, but the reality of it was that we were born black in Alabama, and we were going to get hurt if we didn't do something.
When noon came and went without a public appearance by King, Ethel opened the floodgates. They came out in waves of 50.
The first nigga came out, he just threw the rest of my life. That does it. The next nigga shows up, and the next nigga. You go to some old man with pepper.
We would cram the paddy wagon full of people, and then they would jam it down shut.
Within an hour, the police had abandoned wagons and started to bring in school buses.
Fill up a bus, pull up another bus, fill it up. We arrested those kids and wholesale numbers.
Level time was so that each group of 50 seemed like the last.
And what they didn't know was as the kids were going out of the front door, more kids were coming in the back door.
When they gonna stop?
I think when the police arrested us, they thought that we would be afraid and start to cry. They had strange moods to see that we were happy and singing and glad to be arrested.
The Sunday about 12 o'clock. And then we got 5, 6 students in jail. I told Will Carter, we have to take a break.
And he walked out of the middle of the street where the police were. Don't you think we're going to take a break? You need to let your being cool out, we'll cool out. Take a lunch break.
He said, yeah, well, we need a break because my officers have been out here and haven't had anything to eat. And beside, he says, here comes the lunch truck.
The next thing I do, they passing out Coca-Cola to me.
Bull Carter saw me eat that side. He said, hey, what that nigga do?
As soon as the rest period ended, he come back over where we were. They go back over where they were. They start back to get it back. By 3 o'clock, almost 1,000 black kids were under arrest for parading without a permit.
There were so many people in jail. Couldn't teach. I remember so much about my classroom was in jail. A whole class.
We were told to say we were 15, and that would keep us out of big jail. Didn't work in my case.
I can remember some of them things that were going to kill me. They tell me, well, I know you're going to kill me, but I want to call my mama first.
It's not funny. Right. So it's not funny. Well, as old as he is, nothing. Oh.
When the children were in jail, the people were pulling them up. Dr. King, my son in jail. Dr. King, my son in jail. Dr. King, what are we going to do? I mean, parents just all around here talking about their children in jail. Just as calm, just as nice.
Don't worry about your children. They're going to be all right. Don't hold them back if they want to go to jail. But they are doing a job for all of America and for all mankind.
My father told me I could not be part of that movement. I had better not go back out. He didn't tell me I couldn't go back to church, which is where it all started in the first place, right?
Listen up, brothers and sisters. Today was evening. Tomorrow will be double evening.
By day 2, the word was out. More than 3,000 spectators converged on the church watch. But no one could have imagined what they were about to see.
When we got to the park, police lined up. They were marching. Got ready. Got ready. Lord, I scared they. And then the officers gave the order to open up. Aim for your head. Knock you down. And them water had pressure behind it. It hurt. During the meeting the day before, they had told us the policeman might hit you, the policeman might have dogs, they might spit on you, they might kick you. But I remember thinking that no one said anything about water hoses. You could see that the first blast of water dispersed the crowds. But when the water subsided, there were 10 kids still standing. And they were singing one word over and over.
The firemen were serving the place with 200 then 500 protesters.
Bull Connor standing there with his hands on his hips. Shoot the water on those niggers.
The water was so powerful, the 4 men couldn't hold it steady.
We could hear the fire yelling, knock the niggers down.
The hose rolled me right down the street. Like a sheet of paper.
And it was sting so bad.
Something you can see against the sky, these bricks and stones. They were colonies, SOBs, bastards, and they started with the rocks and the bottles. They were arresting them as fast as they could.
Little came through with that damn tank. And black folk were throwing and hit that tank with bottles, rocks.
Bull Connor would tell them, most of the dogs run away. But if you reach out, the dogs go to bite you. There was this vicious big old dog. They turned him loose on this smaller child. And the dog lunged at his throat, and he hit him in the head. Hold the man with the black dog in the head. The black on the shoulder. They had a nigga trained. The nigga would bite you. A nigga would bite anybody. Black or white, make no difference.
Firemen, journalists, and teenagers all went to the hospital.
I saw a fireman get smashed in the face. He was hurt. And of course, we were going to just ship him out.
Our colleagues and sheriff officers have missed the flash test with flying colors. They will do it when he prays, as they maintain the kingdom.
When President Kennedy saw the side of the papers, he said the photos made him sick.
The embarrassment for us around the world. That's when Kennedy called Birmingham. Kennedy had set word down that if children got involved, that his administration could support that kind of stuff.
President says stop the group. I don't think so.
Well, the Kennedys knew nothing about the South Bar with it. Rich, Ivy League.
Kennedy thought we were crazy. He was talking with Dr. King and them about getting these kids out of movement, but it was out of Dr. King's hands. Kids were born.
You going to jail today? I went yesterday.
Why can't I go?
I don't know. You going to jail. You going to in jail.
Oh.
It was already moved out. They rushed me out to the front of the line.
All of the policemen started running after them on a motorcycle.
Catch up with them. And a block later, we was all back.
Some children got out of jail, and they were so excited about it, they would turn around and go right back.
They said, boy, you in jail again? She said, boy, you better stay out of that jail. Those people got hurt. I said, no, it's not. Because we got caught on our side.
All right.
Now, once they were in jail, it was kind of depressing.
It had rats, and it was nasty and filthy.
They fed us bologna sandwiches with nothing on it, just dry bread. One sandwich now.
Bull Connor demanded that every child be interrogated.
They were asking me a lot of questions about why did you march? Who told you to march? Did they force you to march?
After you sit and ask the same 10 questions of hundreds of kids, you begin to say, what am I doing here? What is the end of this madness?
We were there about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. And we were singing. Oh my God, we were singing.
Because he don't have any on the street.
See, once you arrest 3,000 people, that's really scary.
By Saturday, some kids were coming downtown in their bathing suits.
It was fun. And just to get playing around with the whole was beautiful.
Girl, you can't go in that house. I didn't say not anymore.
When she came home, I remember my mama hugged her and I said, bless your heart, baby. Bless your heart. All those men that have been arrested, we have already won a victory here in Birmingham. Because yesterday we filled up the jail. And today we filled up the jail yard. And on the morrow, I don't know what they're going to do.
By Tuesday, May 7th, the city of Birmingham faced a state of collapse. 3,000 students were stampeding through downtown in a victory lap. The police had been made
We couldn't stop it. We couldn't contain it. The white people were in panic. They didn't know what to do. They didn't tell me.
By the seventh day of demonstrations, came August. There was no change.
I sit there in jail and I said, no way to hold this. The figures, y'all.
There were 72 hours of negotiations. Movements and white officials went up until dawn with an open to the White House.
I'm very happy to be able to announce we have come to the climax of a long struggle for justice, freedom, and dignity in the city of Birmingham.
After more than 5,000 arrests, white people finally admitted state was removed Bull Connor after 7 terms of office.
Beat by young people of the city of Birmingham.
But what really surprised us was when Kennedy came on television and addressed the nation. He said this.
2025. 2025 is adversity. Adversity.
Change itself in a primitive way.
5 years later.
There would be retaliations, riots, fatal bombs in the church way all day. But in the year of 1963, in the month of May, in the city of Birmingham,
We can say from the depths of our heart, as never before, I'm glad to believe
Which is sad. Was liberty and justice. Not yet. Not yet.
It's really funny to think about it, that the police, the fire department, and the KKK were beaten by us kids. You know why? Because they were not looking for us. They were never looking for the children. The secret weapon. I felt like I was sunshine at 50.
And you
Yes!
were. And you
The
were.
unsung heroes. The children.
That's right. You were.
That was absolutely powerful. And so we talk about May 2nd of 1963 that was led by children ages 7. The youngest child there was 7 years old to 18 years old, and they spent 2 weeks in jail.